I'm unable to get the video camera to focus on the full screen due to the eye window size and how it mates to my camcorder. So most of this video I'll be shifting the camera around to give you perspective on what it is I'm looking at. Alright, we're doing a menu walkthrough of the INFIRAY E3W thermal monocular. I have the unit powered up here on the tabletop. On the main screen, on the heads-up display, rather straightforward. In the upper left, you're going to have a color palette icon and then a value associated to the digital zoom. So right now, ×1 indicates it's on native magnification. Lower left is going to be a power indicator for the internal battery, and then the right screen side of the screen is empty at this point. So with the unit powered on, let's first focus on the color palettes. As I cycle through quick presses of the P mode button, you'll see a change in the upper left icon, and that indicates a change in the color palette. So right there, a half moon is black hot. Red flame indicates red alert. This is the pseudo color, and it's a rainbow 3-color grid on the upper left icon. And then a bird indicates highlight or target mode, which is a form of enhanced white hot. And then a sun is back to standard white hot color palette. Moving down on the top button of the E3W is the magnifying glass, or the digital zoom, digital magnification. Quick pressing that, you'll notice a change in the value next to the color palette. Right there, ×2 and ×4, digital zoom. Selecting it again, we'll cycle through back to native magnification. And then the final button on the top of the E3W is your video recording or image capture. So a quick press of that button, you'll get an icon in the middle of the screen of a camera and a slight lag in the footage as it snaps that photo and saves it. Whereas if you long press, no icon in the center, however you will get a recording counter in the upper right, and then you long press that button again to save that file. Alright, now pressing and holding the magnifying glass button is going to bring what we call the long menu on screen. So I'll do that now. So there you'll see a long menu, and then my front and back buttons become the up and down keys. So the P mode is up and the video capture button is down. On the long menu, we have a series of selections, the top one being Wi-Fi, on or off. Pressing the digital magnification button one time makes the selection, toggles between the feature, activating it on or off. With Wi-Fi on, you can then connect to an external device using the E3W as a hotspot. The password is 12345678. Next icon down is screen brightness, of which there are 4 settings. So there's 1, 2, 3, and 4. You might be able to squeeze out a little extra battery life by running in the lower 1 or 2 setting. I recommend the higher 3 and 4 for best image resolution and detail. Next icon down is your video output. If for some reason you want to use the USB to RCA cable provided with the E3W to run to an external monitor or DVR, you could choose to do so. You would activate it here. When that is activated into the on, we'll let this menu time out. You'll have a corresponding icon for that video out in the lower right of the main screen heads-up display. Next icon down is going to be your calibration mode. You have shuttered, which is S, or B for background. The B selection is going to require you to cover the lens cap, whereas S is going to run auto, or you won't have to use the lens cap to do a calibration is performed. Let's leave it in S for now. Let this time out. In order to calibrate the unit at any given time manually, you're going to press and hold the digital magnification button and image capture button for 2 seconds simultaneously. Right there, I heard the shutter calibrate the unit. Whereas if you go into the long menu and you select B for background, when you do that same function of holding the digital magnification and image capture, it's going to prompt you to place the lens cap over the shutter, and it's going to nuke quietly without the shutter, the lens cap taking the place of the shutter. I prefer the shuttered calibration just because it's quick and simple. You don't have to cover the front of the unit, but the silent background function is there for you if you so choose. Alright, finalizing the long menu here. The next icon down is picture in picture, which is going to display a box top dead center on the main screen. That box will be 2 times the magnification of whatever native or digital zoom that you have active. It's just to give you a little bit better zoom without losing the field of view of the main screen. So quite a nifty feature. Final feature here is system standby or timeout. Basically, if the unit does not have any activity for 15 minutes, it goes into standby, and then another 15 minutes it'll turn itself off. So you can toggle that on or off. You have system information, which displays serial number, software number, hardware numbers, things like that in case you ever need it for troubleshooting or technical support. And then the final is factory reset. All settings back to default, yes or no.